Hi students, today our topic is triangle of vectors. Okay, see if two vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle taken in one order, their resultant vector is represented in magnitude and direction by the third side of the triangle taken in reverse order. See here two vectors, it is p bar. Okay, this one is q bar. Now, angle between these two vectors is theta. Angle between these two vectors is theta. From the statement, this one represents the resultant. This one represents the resultant. Draw the normal here. So, R bar is equal to, in vector formation, P bar plus Q bar, and its magnitude is square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Understood? Its magnitude is square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Here alpha represents the direction. Alpha represents the direction means tan alpha is equal to, from this one, Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. Understood? Tan alpha equal to here Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. Once again, if two vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle taken in one order, understood? Okay, their resultant vector is represented in magnitude and direction by the third side, this one. Okay, third side of the triangle taken in a reverse order. So it is the magnitude, this one is the direction. For example, so three forces acting on a particle. Okay, for example, three forces acting on a particle. Here, this one. F1 bar, this is F2 bar, this one is F3 bar. These three forces represented the sides of the triangle. See, first of all, F3 downwards. Okay, next, this one, F2 bar. Okay, this one, F1 bar, A, B, C. From this triangle, here F1 by BC, force by its length. Okay, next F2 by its length is AB is equal to F3 by its length is CA. Its ratio is always constant. Its ratio is always constant. Understood? Okay. This is the triangle of vectors. So next one, polygon law of vectors. Okay, polygon law of vectors means number of vectors. Okay, number of vectors are represented in sides of a polygon. Okay, resultant. Okay, is taken in reverse order. See, if a number of vectors are represented in the sides of a polygon, both in magnitude and direction, taken in order, their resultant is represented by the closing side of the polygon taken in reverse order in magnitude and direction. Okay, once again, if a number of vectors are represented by the sides of a polygon both in magnitude and direction taken in order, their resultant is represented by the closing side of the polygon taken in a reverse order in magnitude and direction. See, it is one of the vector, this one is another vector. Now this one is another vector, this one is another vector. Here it represents the resultant vector. This one represents the resultant vector A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Here forces F1 bar plus F2 bar plus F3 bar plus F4 bar plus F5 bar. That means F5 bar represents the resultant of all these vectors. F3 bar plus F4 bar. Okay, here F5 bar represents the resultant of all these vectors. Understood? Okay. So next one, hexagon. You are taken hexagon. All sides are equal. Total number of sides 6. This one. Okay. See A, B, C, D, E, F. Now, angle between these two vectors is 60 degrees. Okay. For example, its magnitude is x. Its magnitude x. This one is x. This one is x. This one is x. This one is x. Okay. Now, AC. What is the value of AC here? X, same magnitude. Angle is 60 degrees. Angle is 60 degrees. So, resultant of AC is right as 2. AB or BC. Okay. Cos theta by 2. 2x cos theta means here 60 degrees by 2. Cos 60 by 2. Cos 30. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. 2 to cancel. That means it is root 3x. This value is root 3x. Understood? Okay. Now, what about AD? What about AD means here it is 60 means this one is 120. This angle is 30. This angle is also 30. See, now this is this one 30 degrees because of it is 120 degrees. This is 30 degrees. This one is 30 degrees. That means this one is also 30 degrees. Now it is 60 degrees. What about this one here? 90. This angle is 90. Okay. Angle between AC and CD is 90 degrees. Angle between AC and CD is 90 degrees. Angle between AC and CD is 90 degrees. What about AC? Root 3x. What about CD? Ex. Okay. Now, resultant of AD is right as square root of AC whole square plus CD whole square. You know that one. Okay. By using a parallelogram of vectors, angle is 90 degrees. So, AC whole square plus CD whole square. AC in the sense root 3x whole square plus x square. So 3x square plus x square square root of 4x square, it is equal to 2x. That means AD value is equal to here 2x. As usual, AE, that is root 3x. Understood? Here AC is equal to root 3x. AD is equal to 2x. Understood? Okay. In hexagon. Okay. Now, one problem based on hexagon. A, B, C, D, E, F. Understood? Okay. So one problem here based on hexagon. A, B, C, D, F is a regular hexagon with point O as center. Okay. This is the point O. It is a center. Find the value of AB bar plus AC bar plus AD bar plus AE bar plus AF bar. Okay. First of all, from this diagram, AB bar is equal to exactly opposite side minus DE bar. Okay. AB bar exactly opposite is DE bar. Next one, BC bar exactly opposite is EF bar. BC bar minus EF bar. Understood? Okay. Now it is AC. So AC bar is write as AB bar plus BC bar. AB bar plus BC bar. Okay. Now it is AD bar as usual. Next one. See, it is a O. Next one is AE bar is write as AD bar plus DE bar. Understood? AE bar is equal to, you write as AD bar plus DE bar. AD bar plus DE bar. Understood? Here AF bar is equal to, AF bar is write as AD bar plus DE bar plus EF bar. AD bar plus DE bar plus EF bar. Once again, here AF bar is write as AD bar plus DE bar plus EF bar. Understood? Required one is AB bar plus AC bar plus AD bar plus AF bar plus AF bar. AB bar as usual, but AC bar is write as AB bar plus BC bar. AB bar plus BC bar plus AD bar as usual plus AE bar is write as AD bar plus DE bar. AD bar plus DE bar. AF bar is write as AD bar plus DE bar plus EF bar. Are understood? Okay. See, here AB bar, opposite one is minus DE bar. AB bar, DE bar cancel. Okay. AB bar, this DE bar cancel. Next BC bar. What about opposite here? EF bar cancel. Understood? Okay. Finally, AD bar, AD bar, AD bar. Totally 3 AD bar. 3 AD is right as exactly it is 2x, you know already. So AD bar is right as 2 into AO bar. 2 into AO bar. 3 2s are 6. 6 AO bar. The answer is 6 AO bar. Understood? Okay. So next, equilibrium. Equilibrium is the negative vector of the resultant of a number of vectors is called the equilibrium. Okay, for example, one of the particle. Okay, number of forces are acting on this one. Okay, number of forces are acting on this one. Now particle is in equilibrium. Particle is in equilibrium means net force on this one is equal to 0. Net force on that one equal to 0. Now resultant force is right as F1 bar plus F2 bar plus F3 bar plus F bar F5 bar. Understood? That is the resultant force. From the definition, negative vector of the resultant of a number of vectors is called the equilibrium. Equilibrium, that is E bar. That means here E bar is the negative vector of resultant. Negative vector of resultant. Understood? That means minus F1 bar plus F2 bar plus F3 bar plus F bar F5 bar. Understood? Okay. Negative vector of the resultant of a number of vectors is called the equilibrium. That means, for example, number of forces are acting on a particle. That particle is in equilibrium means that net force is equal to 0. That net force is equal to 0. Same. Single force cannot keep the particle in equilibrium. Single force cannot keep the particle in equilibrium. Okay. Now, equal and coplanar forces. Equal and coplanar forces to keep the particle in equilibrium. To keep the particle in equilibrium. Okay. Equal and coplanar forces. Minimum 2 is required. Minimum 2 is required. Equal at the same time coplanar. Okay. Unequal and coplanar. Unequal and coplanar. So minimum forces are 3. Okay. Unequal and coplanar. Minimum forces are 3. Okay. equal or unequal, equal or unequal non-coplanar forces, non-coplanar forces, minimum non-coplanar forces minimum 4. Single particle cannot keep the particle, single force, okay, cannot keep the particle in equilibrium. Single force cannot keep the particle in equilibrium. Equivalent coplanar minimum forces are required to keep the particle in equilibrium. So unequivalent coplanar minimum 3. Equal or unequal non-coplanar forces to keep the particle in equilibrium minimum is 4. Understood? Okay. So next one, Lami's theorem. If three coplanar forces acting at a point to keeps it in equilibrium, then each force is proportional to the sine of the angle between the other two forces. For example, here it is a particle forces acting on this one. Okay, it is F1 bar, F2 bar, this is F3 bar. This angle is alpha, this angle is beta, this one is gamma. Understood? Okay. From the definition, force F1 directly proportional to sine of the angle between other two forces. That means sine alpha. Okay. F2 directly proportional to sine. Opposite, here other two forces F3 and F1 angle is beta. So sine beta. F3 directly proportional to sine gamma. From this one, you write as F1 by sine alpha is equal to F2 by sine beta equal to F3 by sine gamma. By using of this one, F1 by sine alpha equal to F2 by sine beta equal to F3 by sine gamma. Okay. Next, motion in a plane. In motion in a plane, you know already position vector. Position vector. Okay. The position of the particle is represented by a vector. That vector is nothing but a position vector. The position of the particle is represented by a vector. That vector is nothing but position vector. It is already discussed. Okay. So here R bar is right as it is x axis. This one is y axis. This one is z axis. R bar equal to x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Okay. It is position vector. This one is position vector. Next, displacement vector. Displacement vector. Next one is displacement vector. Okay. Here x axis, y axis. Here I consider only two dimensional. Two dimensional. Here R1 bar represents the particle initial position x1, y1, z1. Here R2 bar represents the particle final position. R2 bar represents the particle final position. Now this vector S bar represents the, so only two dimensional. I consider here only two dimensional. So R1 bar represents the initial position of the vector. R2 bar represents the final position of the vector. S bar is the displacement. Okay. So you write as R1 bar equal to x1 I cap plus y1 j cap. R2 bar equal to x2 I cap plus y2 j cap. Here displacement S bar equal to R2 bar minus R1 bar. S bar equal to x2 I cap plus y2 j cap minus x1 I cap plus y1 j cap. So x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap. From this one, x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap. That is S bar. Okay. magnitude of the S bar is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This one is displacement vector. Understood? Next one is velocity vector. Next one, velocity vector. Velocity vector. See, v bar is write as delta r by delta t. Delta r by delta t means, here delta r means final position minus initial position. Okay, simply to write as delta x by delta t I cap plus delta y by delta t j cap. That means v bar is equal to v suffix x I cap plus v suffix y j cap. V suffix x I cap plus v suffix y j cap. Understood? Its magnitude is equal to square root of vx square plus vy square. V is equal to square root of vx square plus vy square. Okay. Now, if v bar makes an angle theta with x axis, if in case velocity makes an angle theta with x axis, on that case tan theta is write as vy by vx. Tan theta is equal to vy by vx. It is average velocity. This one is average velocity. So instantaneous velocity, instantaneous limit delta t tends to 0. Limit delta t tends to 0. So delta r bar by delta t. Delta r bar by delta t. So instantaneous is equal to, simply write as d r bar by dt. This one is the instantaneous velocity. This one is instantaneous velocity. Next one, acceleration. Next one, acceleration. Acceleration, a bar is write as average delta v bar by delta t. That means delta vx by delta t I cap plus delta vy by delta t j cap. A bar is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap. Magnitude is equal to here ax whole square plus ay whole square. Ax whole square plus ay whole square. Now instantaneous acceleration, limit delta t tends to 0. Delta v bar by delta t, simply to write as dv bar by dt. dv bar by dt. Understood? Displacement, position vector, displacement vector, velocity vector, acceleration vector is over. Tomorrow I will explain the some problems. Okay.